It's a lot warmer than I expected it to be. I think I dressed for something colder. For today, we're gonna be targeting striper or surf perch. Right now, we're just gonna set up. I got 2 poles. One's gonna have the high-low rig, and the other one's gonna be set up so that I can cast and retrieve plastic lures and swim baits. We'll be using this one for the high-low rig. So this reel has monofilament on it. Usually I use braided line as my main line, but this reel, it came with the rod that I bought, and it came with the monofilament. I don't want to have it go to waste, so I'll just use it until I run out. Shoot, I put these too close together. I might have to change it later on. I should have put this one a little lower down here, because once they have hooks on, they might tangle up with each other. But we'll see. But this one's gonna be the high-low rig. First, I'm gonna try out plastic lures, and if I'm not getting any bites with those, I'm gonna put some sand fleas as bait, and maybe that'll get some bites. I'm gonna start fishing from this side of the beach and going all the way down. I'm gonna be casting in between where there's where the waves are crashing. So right here, right in front of me, I'm seeing that there's a little area where the waves aren't really crashing. So you see these 2 waves on the side? They're gonna crash down right now, but in the middle, it's pretty calm. There isn't a wave crashing in that spot. Some people call that a hole. I don't think it's a riptide, but that could also look like a riptide where the waves are crashing on the outsides and people think it's calm in the middle, but actually the water is like getting swirled in and all the sand's getting lifted up. That's what's attracting a whole bunch of fish to that area, because when the sand lifts up, those little sand fleas, little sand crabs, they get exposed, and so the fish, they know that those areas are where the bait's at, and they'll go and they'll most likely be there. Right now it is 8:17. It's low tide. It was low tide at 4:30 a.m. The next high tide is at 11:30 a.m. So in a few hours it'll be high tide. Right now all the water is pretty much as deep as it'll get, and it'll slowly start to come out throughout the day. Some people like to fish at low tide and at high tide specifically because they say that's when you'll have the highest chance of getting a bite. So just cast it out, the little swim bait, and you do a slow retrieve like this. And there's several surfers here today too. The waves are pretty calm, so I don't think it's anything fun for them. It might be more relaxing for them, probably, the surfers. The water is icy cold though, man. It's crazy. I don't think I'd be able to do surfing because I get cold easily. I'll probably go into shock, to be honest. So I'm gonna cast here for about 10 minutes. It's 8:20 right now. At around 8:30, if I don't get any bites, I'll start moving that way. My freaking setup got, I just chucked it into the water. I gotta reset it up now. I don't know what happened. It popped off. What most likely happened is when I had the weight on the line, I forgot to put a little bead at the end right here. That bead would have prevented that sinker from sliding and smashing onto where it was tied on the swivel, like right here, right? So the bead was just going boom, 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 just smacking it, and maybe it weakened the braided line around this area, causing it to eventually snap off. Before I make the same mistake again, I'm gonna put a little bead right here. I'll tie this on. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Goes in here, this loop. You got the tag end, right? Then you bring it back in, or you bring it out and then you put it back inside this loop right here. Cinch it down. So now, whenever I cast it, this sinker is gonna hit this bead, which is gonna hit the swivel right here, and hopefully not weaken the the braided line. This time I'm using a different swim bait. I use this little plastic one, this little red one, I mean. Nice, slow and steady retrieve. So it's 8:32 right now. I'll keep fishing till 8:40 and then we'll move slightly down to my left. Whenever you reel in your line, make sure to check for stuff like this. Check for tangles, things that'll make it difficult to cast out or cause problems for you. Gonna cut off this tag end right here. That's where that weed got snagged on. I'm hoping that the bright colors on this swim bait attracts a fish. I don't know if fish can see color. Supposedly they can, but a lot of times when I'm out here fishing, the water looks a little murky, a little green, dark green. And whenever, I mean, I've had success with the green swim bait before, but I just wonder, like, did the fish really see the green swim bait in the green murky water? Or maybe they just go off of like vibrations. All right, well, this was the last cast before switching out to sand fleas. So what I'm gonna be doing right now is looking for sand fleas. Just dig your hands in here, and as the waves pull in, you pull your hands out. You look for sand fleas. Oh, here we go. Got a few. This is what they look like. Oh, you see them crawling on my hands? They look like this, but I want to get slightly bigger ones. Oh, here we go. Check out this big one. It looks kind of gross. This is necessary. Woo! Necessary bait. Gonna put this guy on the hook. Sometimes they have eggs right here. Oh yeah, look at that. Whole bunch of eggs. And it's the eggs, I think, that attract fish. You guys see them? This is called a sand flea or a sand crab. You can find them along the shore. Just dig your hands in there in the water and scoop up a whole bunch of sand, and when you go through it, you can find sand fleas in it. I'm gonna put it in my sock so it doesn't run away. Got my hooks here. Now I'm gonna put them on these loops that I had made earlier. This is how you do it. What I do is I pinch it in between my teeth so you can go inside the little hole better. And once it's through like this, I'll open up this hole and I'll put the hook through it, and I'll come back out, and then I'll go in again and come back out like 3 or 4 times. That way it starts to wrap itself around the hook like this. Oh, where's that bee? I think the bee is back. I'm gonna do the same thing with this guy right here. So yeah, you pinch, you put it through, you open up the loop, and you put the hook through it, or you twist it like this, like 3 or 4 times. Then you grab the hook and you pull it so it cinches. This is a high-low rig. I'm gonna cast it out and do some retrieving. Usually you don't do retrieving with this rig, but I'm just testing out a whole bunch of different things today. Just like that, goes in. And hopefully this barb right here prevents this guy from sliding out. And now we're gonna do the same thing with the other hook. Just tucked in my sock. Here we go. Oh, sorry, dude, but this is the way it goes. And there's millions of these guys in the ocean. I know it feels bad, it feels wrong. I get sad doing this. I've gotten used to doing it more often. You gotta do what you gotta do. That's what I'm gonna use right now for about 10-15 minutes. Maybe I'll tie on a different heavier sinker in a bit, because that cast felt weak. I didn't really feel like I'm gonna be able to chuck it as far as I want to. So this monofilament line that I'm using, I don't really like using because it's got what's called memory. You see this? You see how it's all like bendy and stuff? It basically it's like this because it's been wrapped around the reel for such a long time, so it kind of molds it. I don't want to jinx these surfers, but I wonder what the protocol is for when a shark pulls up. Like, what do? Are you supposed to stay still and just kind of hope it gets bored and doesn't attack you? Because I think if you start to swim back to shore, it'll probably get attracted to your arms and legs moving in the water. And how short of an attention span does a shark have? Like, will it get bored after 5 minutes of just circling around something and it not moving? Or will it stay like super long? Like, you know, like what if a shark stays swarming around you for several hours? Oh, a freaking bee. Get away, get away. Oh, it's right behind me. Freaking bees. It's 9:30 right now. It's the best time to be out here because peak tide is at 11:30. And they say it's really good if you come out to fish 2 hours before or after high tide or low tide, because that's when the water is moving the most and your chances of catching a fish is the highest. So right now you'll see that the waves are getting closer to the shore. They're going a little higher and hopefully the fish will come. But right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for a whole bunch of sand fleas. I think you're allowed to have up to 30 sand fleas in your possession legally. I'm gonna try to find as many sand fleas as I can and just carry them with me so that in case I lose these guys, I'll have more bait to put on my hook. He's just a cool guy, just strolling everywhere. Oh, he's gonna say hi. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. All right, time to look for sand fleas. I wonder, are there fleas this shallow in the sand? Oh, hell yeah, dude. Look at that. Right away. What's up, buddy? Check this out. Look. It's a sand flea. Come on. Here we go. Finally. Oh man, this one's strong. These are the only sand fleas I was able to get. I think this should do. When you lay your fishing reels on the floor, on the sand, you want it so that this part right here, I think this is called the bail, doesn't touch the sand. You always want to place your fishing reels like this. That way the important stuff, like once that stuff gets sand in, it's over. It'll get all crunchy, it'll start rusting away, and it's bad, it'll break. So to prevent that, whenever you need to put your rod down, you just lay it down like that. We're gonna use the swim bait again. Give it a few casts for about 15 minutes. Nothing happens, then we'll use the baits. It's always nice to have two rods with you with two different setups because it saves you a bit of time. Here goes. Always check your line. What kind of dogs are those? What kind of dogs are those?
They're an old English breed called Clumber Spaniel.
I've never seen one before. They look pretty
really
cool.
Great dogs. Very loving, very smart, kind of independent. But
Hey, buddy.
really sweet kids. Males get up to about 80 pounds. They were bred to get under brush and flush birds.
Wow.
So big, strong, close to the ground so they can claw under brush.
Awesome.
And then they retrieve.
That's awesome.
But for me, they're just my buddies.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you too.
Catch anything out here?
Not yet. The other day I was here on 4th of July.
Yeah.
And there was a guy who told me that he catches striper and surf perch here. I did about 15 minutes with the swim bait, no bites. So what I'm gonna do now is try out the sand fleas. I'll be casting out the sand flea rod. And I think I want to switch out the swim bait too. I'll do a white one now. See what happens with the white one. We are going to try out the sand fleas now. 15 minutes. It feels too light, so I'm gonna switch out the 1 ounce sinker for a 2 ounce sinker. 1, 2, 3. Pinch the tag in with your left thumb and pointer. Cinch it down. Now I can throw it a little farther. I think the bee, oh my god. The bee is right behind me. Like that freaking bee, get out of here. Those yellow jackets aren't really that good for nature. They're like the anti-bees. Bees are like, they have a nice purpose to pollinate, to help plants grow and stuff. And yellow jackets, they just, oh no, the sand flea's still on, but looks like it lost part of its body. The yellow jackets, they're just haters, dude. They're just villains out there looking for trouble, looking to sting people. They don't even make honey. So I look at them and see them as bad things. Where'd my stuff go? The beach is getting kind of full. There's a lot of kids running on the water. I think I'm gonna call it for today for fishing. It was a beautiful day. Just didn't get to catch anything. Well guys, this was the outfit for the day. Since I forgot my hat, I adapted. But yeah, sorry I just stopped fishing abruptly, but there's just so many people on the beach now, and it was kind of hard for me to leave my things like a bit farther away from me. I have to keep an eye on it. There was a family that was kind of blocking my field of view, and I was thinking, if I can't see my stuff, then I don't know. Yeah, I just felt like the beach was getting a bit too crowded. That's the thing that sucks about fishing on like the weekends and stuff. You can only fish for so long in the mornings before families start to come in. And it's a really beautiful day, so can't blame them. Hope you guys had a good time looking at the beach. Next time I'll try to catch a fish. So this isn't the end of the video. Later on I'm gonna hang out with some friends. We're gonna go to a restaurant. I'm not sure which one, but I'll be hanging out with my wife, my friend and his sister. I'm here with my friends and my wife at Paradise Sushi and Hibachi. About to bust down on some hibachi.
Pablito.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I've only seen the ones like that are actually the jalapeno poppers.
Oh, like the actual jalapeno.
Up close, up close. Ooh, sorry.
Spider.
Oh, there we go.
The jalapeno popper. I didn't know they had a sushi review.
We've always gone to them.
Really? I was gonna tell him if we got him, I'd be like, hey man, you better chill. Cause last time he was too much.
Alright, here goes. Let me know if you guys want to try one of these.
You guys want to try one of these too?
Peno poppers.
You just 3 for you guys?
What was yours again?
The spider roll.
Cheers.
This is the Lion King.
Yeah.
What would you guys say if they're gonna come out with the new one? The
Mufasa. Mufasa? Is it the real life one?
You guys eat your
Feel free to help me.
ginger? Hmm? Not yet. You? I think you're supposed to eat it at the end, but I eat it after every bite. Or with each bite.
It like cleanses your palate.
Thank you.
Later,
Take care.
Take
Thank
care.
you. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Gonna end it right here. And stay tuned for the next video.
Bye, vlog.